electrical source. No, they're charging our brain through superconductivity. So gold is such a tonifier and such a charger that it actually would charge up other stones. And people in the past would put a piece of gold in the center, and then they would put a bunch of other stones around that piece of gold, and that would charge up those other stones. So to clear and recharge gold is just the first thing that I want to say about it is gold charges other things. It's the Earth's power spots that are emanating this higher harmonic of gold that charges other things. When people ask me, how do I clear and charge stones, you put it on the Earth. Because, especially if you have a power spot in your yard or just something that feels really good, because that higher harmonic of gold is coming through and is part of how the Earth is charging the stones. So to cleanse and recharge gold itself, you can cleanse gold on the Earth. So that's what I would do. I would kind of like put it back to its mother and put it directly on the Earth and let the other gold in the Earth clear it, let the other clearing factors in the Earth clear it. And we talk a lot about that in Temple of Stone too, like how to clear and recharge stones according to a higher consciousness.
That's what the yogi said about
other higher consciousnesses.
Doing to clothes.
So you can put it on the Earth. That would be the best thing. You can also
clear your energy.
Clear it on quartz.
With red clay.
You might find that it clears well on the right piece of quartz or a bright piece of quartz. I would go with the Earth one though, especially if you have a family heirloom or something that you're like, I don't really know what is all stored in this. Maybe it was bonded to someone else. Clear it on the Earth for a while. Make sure you don't lose it. Make sure that you ask the Earth to clear it for you. Have that conversation. To charge gold, it's lovely to charge gold on a piece of quartz. We just talked about that. But that was for clearing. But to charge gold, it's nice to charge it with quartz or put quartz around it. And I love to put it on quartz in the sun. Because gold and the sun have this incredible relationship. It's that solar energy. I wouldn't be surprised if gold really was formed by the actions of the sun on the Earth, which is more connected to that electric universe theory. And if you haven't learned about the electric universe, it's a great rabbit hole. It's really cool. It has some really cool connections with geology and stones.
You like electromagnetic
energy?
That keep me
up studying way too late at night sometimes. My son had a traumatic brain injury 8 months ago. How can gold help? He is having such a hard time, and I also feel he has a demon attachment. So, traumatic brain energy are, these are life-changing events, and when we have life-changing events, we offer from Taoist thought, we kind of offer this idea that we come into this lifetime to transform, and that's why we come here. It's like, it's not just to learn something, it is to learn something, but it's also to have a transformation. We have this transformation through this experience that we've been seeking, and we find out that these life-changing events, when we hold it that way, like, how is this trying to transform my soul? We find, like, oh, it actually opened my heart. Oh, it actually healed my relationship with my body. Oh, it actually helped me forgive my father. And that's the alchemy. That's the transformation. And that's actually what we come to this lifetime to experience, is that transformation. Because we want to have that experience, we want to have that transformation because we want to keep evolving as a soul. So we kind of, when we have these life-changing events, which can be so traumatic, I know a lot of people with traumatic brain injury, and I'm not trying to paint a silver lining on it or say that it's all okay or say something that makes it all better. I am offering that if you look at it as like, what is the thing that this is trying to offer? What is the transformation that this is trying to offer? There's a soul level transformation inside that the soul wanted to experience in this lifetime. Gold goes to the brain because it goes to the jing and the essence. So it goes to the bones and the blood and the brain and the bone marrow, and it fortifies and tonifies the brain. So it's extremely regenerative. You might try monatomic gold, colloidal gold, to strengthen the brain, but remember that this webinar, this class, is for educational purposes only, and you must follow the advice of your healthcare practitioner and do what feels right for you, because I can't prescribe things at all, and I can't say things about people I don't know. But I think gold would be overall really helpful for bringing the brain strength again. I'll keep you on my mailing list. I'm so glad you came. Alright guys, so we have a very special discount happening on Temple of Stone.
Well, I caught this.
It expires.
I caught it late.
So this is the night to enroll. This is the night to say yes.
Talk a little bit about gold.
You get a full refund guarantee on the course. If something happens,
I guess I'll have to
this is the only night.
Do it.
This is the only time
myself.
you will get this beautiful gift of cash off your tuition for you. Do we network with all the students trained by you? Yes, you do. You do. You will be in a special private group with all of the other students.
Yeah, I
and
missed
get all
it.
kind of special things from them, because we all teach each other. We all have resources. We all say, hey, this is where I get my gold. So that's a great, kind of family.
So, oh well, I missed it. So, since I'm already on the camera, let me see if I can find something else. Gold. UFC fighter calls gold. Specifically, what they call it, mnemonic gold. Oh, damn, that's how I spelled it. Gold. Mnemonic 14. I don't want no gold pendant, man. I want mnemonic. That's gonna make me spell it. Mnemonic gold. Okay, money. Okay, there you go. Okay, here's a video. Let's see what they talk about, you know. Gold classification. Okay, let's turn it up.
First, severity grade 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's in Spanish. Okay. What the heaven? Is this a video? No. I'm getting there. Well, evidently, it's not that much medical mnemonics. Man, I wanted to continue. Let's see let's go to videos. Okay, Caucasian people. Oh, well, he's kind of, I don't know what he is. Let's hear what he got to say.
Hey, welcome back to another MCAT Mnemonic Monday. My name is Ken, and I'm an MCAT expert with Med School Coach. Today we have a biology mnemonic for you, and it's on purines and pyrimidines. These are nitrogenous bases that are part of the structure of nucleotides. Up here on the board, you can see we've drawn the structures of all 5 nitrogenous bases. And for the MCAT, you do need to know which ones are the purines and which ones are the pyrimidines.
Okay. Mnemonic Monday. Okay, so that's not it. I tell you what, I'll be black. So, I was looking for something on mnemonic gold, and it wasn't easy. It took me a minute. But I came across something which I actually wanted to teach sometime in the future. And I'm going to give you a little hint. Because people ask, why did the ancient Egyptians, bury all that gold, all that good gold with dead pharaohs and stuff like that? Let's hear why.
Hey, you saw in this video the healing benefits of gold. I'm going to be going over the healing benefits of gold, and hopefully at the end of this you'll be touching your gold a lot more. So we're going to be, you know, preaching more touching of your gold, getting your gold out and touching it. So before I start this video, I'd like to say, if you haven't done so already, please do go ahead and subscribe. And also,
remember what Guru said?
Touch your gold, or you know of any
things.
healing benefits of gold that benefits you. Please do let me know in the comments how that's worked out for yourself, or you know if it hasn't been it's all hogwash. Let me also know in the comments. But you know, talking on gold here, throughout time and history, a lot of the ancient civilizations, alongside using gold for its monetary purposes, it's also played a massive role for its healing benefits. You know, many of the ancient people, before they had Big Pharma, were dealing with a lot of the healing properties of gemstones and minerals, and that's definitely going to be gold. Played a massive role. You have ores and crystals have also played a massive role for releasing energies. These are things a lot of holistic healers still use to these days, but because gold's so expensive, it's not really something that they have in their arsenal normal. But you can imagine, even at the time, regardless of what time you may be referring to, I doubt it was as expensive as it is in today's terms, but it's always been a metal of worth, as we've seen it's been used in monetary purposes. So I'm holding it raw today, as you can all see, no gloves, so for all those that get a little too excited, I advocate you do the same. Go ahead and touch your gold. You know, that's what we're talking about here today, the healing properties of gold. So I also want to put out there that on the properties and even the symptoms that it does heal and the benefits, to the best of my knowledge, there hasn't been a lot of scientific or any scientific studies associated to them. So it's just going to be the benefits that have been associated or tagged to gold throughout time that I'm going to be referring to. So a lot of this stuff could be found out yourself and via Google and anything. There's no scientific studies, but whenever you're talking holistic health, that always seems to be the case, you know. I guess it just goes against what Big Pharma wants, and the last thing they want everybody doing is getting their gold out and touching it in naughty places. So getting onto gold, gold has been referred to as the master healer, and that's because a lot of people see gold like the sun. You know, we all know the sun bears life and brings life, so gold is said to receive the sun's energy fantastically and transfer it to the bearer / wearer. So when we're talking about the healing benefits,
like
that's how you're going to be receiving the benefits. It's going to be receiving a fantastic receiver of the sun's energy, and then it transfers it to the bearer or the wearer. That's what we're talking about here. I know when you're talking silver, which I will do a silver counterpart video, you have stuff like colloidal silver, which people ingest internally, but from the best of my knowledge, there has not been any gold ingestion. I know you have gold leaf and other decorative forms of gold.
19 Keys got a product out. I might check that out.
There's no
Drinking
consumption of
gold.
gold. You're just receiving all of the benefits through the energy, either by wearing it or, you know, having it close to you. So, you know, as mentioned, and now for myself, even when I hold gold, and I would say this most definitely isn't a placebo effect I'm feeling here, and hold it and touch it, and I do that sometimes, even with this piece here that's usually in the capsule. The feelings I personally get, and please do let me know if you're a holder of your gold, it may be something you've never paid attention to, but once I focus on it, I most definitely, and I've held gold coins before, and had them in hand, and just automatically, just as I've been putting them away into the tubes, just being focused and drawn to look at it and just feel it internally. You can just feel it. It's hard to explain.
Part of the secret.
But, you know, when I hold it and I feel it and I touch it, first feeling or sensation I get is that cool touch, and it's a metal that's going to be, but then that disappears, but then I get this soothing, warming, cooling effect, you know, and it's most definitely there. I'm not going crazy, you know, and it's not hard to explain.
Now, see, he hasn't studied.
And a cooling
He's just
and a warming effect. But
feeling.
that could be different for everybody. You may touch it and get an electric shock, who knows? But that's definitely what I get and feel from it. So,
but
you
in
know,
the ancient Egyptian order, we actually
that calm, cool,
learn what that's all about.
Feeling whenever I'm touching it. So, and it's raw. Whenever I'm touching it raw, whenever it's encapsulated, I don't seem to feel that. As we're talking gold and using it for its benefits, I will mention that you're going to want it in its purest form, 4 nines. I'm not saying 912 or even half of that is not going to give the same effect, because it's the gold that we're talking about here. But when you want something and you want to be using it for its healing benefit.
I just wanted to make a point right quick, because I don't know, most people probably don't know, like I told you, I work for the Federal Reserve, so this is one of the things you learn at the Federal Reserve, that money real money, and I'm talking about by law, look it up. It's in the Constitution. The Constitution. But anyway, it's in the Constitution. Real money, not DOOL-ARE bills, is 999.9% gold and 999.9% silver. That's it. It doesn't say dollar bills, none of that. Real money is gold and other precious metals. I wanted to say also what he's talking about. I used to make copper jewelry, and you feel that too. You feel different metals. So let's get back to what he was talking about. Where you at, boy? Where you at, boy?
Effect, you're going to want it in its purest form. So obviously 4 to 3 nines is going to be best for anyone that wants to experiment or has never done before and wants to see what I'm referring to. So you want its purest effect. But, you know, it's, as mentioned, being referred to as the master healer and a fantastic mineral for purification of the physical body. So now we're going to break down some of the, you know, ailments that it can aid in. I would say if you're somebody that suffers from stress and tension, you know, we all do in today's world, then most definitely having some gold or holding some gold every now and then is definitely going to benefit you, because that's one problem that is being known to, you know, really help and aid somebody that's feeling down and stressed out. That could be exactly from what I was just referring to, just sitting there holding the metal and just feeling the vibrations kick in. People have been known to meditate and hold gold, or have it attached to them or around them in some form of way, because it brings that cool, focused feeling to somebody or anybody that's there. So that's one of the, you know, issues that it definitely benefits.
So, you know, like I said, obviously from what I can hear from the way he's talking, that he's not, you know, trained in a temple like I was, as far as the meanings of gold and stuff. So, but what he's saying is actually part of the reason the ancient Cometians or ancient Egyptians buried gold with, you know, with royalty and rich-ass people, shit like that, right? Now, because, think about this, see, we today, or most of us that don't have any or little knowledge, are so worried about this life. But back then in ancient Kemet, this life was just a, what you call it, say, prelude, or just the beginning of the afterlife. It was the afterlife that was more important, because that's where you're going to live forever. Like, okay, you might live to 120 here, maybe even 200 if you do the stuff that I'm talking about, or longer. You might live 1,000 years, like the Bible peoples. See, when you go to church, you say peoples, but you're gonna die. Now, there's different types of death, but the ancient Egyptians was like, okay, there's only so much time on this earth, planet Ea, Gia, whatever, right? You gone, boy. I don't care how bad you think you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how healthy you are. You gonna die, Negro. So, how long do you live in the afterlife? So that's a double question, because do you believe that there is an afterlife? Do you really believe? Do you think this is it? This is it? This third dimensional? That's it. After I die, God turn off the TV. Ain't no more. And I ain't gonna believe nothing else. So that's what's going to happen to you after this life. So, the ancient Cometians, Egyptians, had a whole science, man. We are just throwing our family bodies in the ground. No real ritual, all this church. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Let's go back to the brother talking about the gold.
System problems, you know. Gold does help with the nervous system. Again, I take it you're going to have to be wearing the metal or holding it within close proximity for it to really penetrate deep down. But another issue that it does help in is the improvement of the digestion. A lot of people have bad diets these days. And some people
eat a bunch of chitlins and your digestion is going to be good. Chitlins?
Having some gold in your life may definitely help you with that. Another thing it can help you with was being known to help people with is arthritis.
Ooh,
this
when you get
may
old,
be massive.
and it's been raining for like 2.5 months.
Times just flooded with it. And not to forget, you have cultures today in modern days, Asia for one, that really worship down there the male. So, you know, you'd need to ask and find out why, and you're going to also hear a lot of these benefits also tagged and associated to it.
That's why you get into science, so you don't worship.
And even country today still
things.
Hold it in high regards outside of it being such a precious metal for its wealth and, you know, the stature it holds in the monetary system. So another issue that's been known to really help with is skin cancer. And that one's massive there. Once again, we know the sun.
Y'all hear that, Caucasian people?
Can aid in skin cancer. So it's interesting that gold releasing deposits can really help solve that problem. It does. Another issue it's been known to help from is blood disorders. So anybody suffering from any type of blood disorder can really
blood. I thought you said love.
Another issue that it helps with is vascular disease.
What?
So that's a massive one. I know in today's world it's becoming, once again, a much bigger problem. A lot of the problems I'm referring to are becoming bigger issues as today's diet is just horrendous. So another issue, and this is another big one, is heart disease.
Ooh, black people.
Silent killer, damn near, not, I think, first or second, top of one of the cancers. So, you know, if you're suffering from any type of heart problems, maybe sitting down every now and then for a couple of hours, whether it's a 1/10 ounce or a 1/20 ounce. I doubt size has anything to do with this. I'm just showing this larger size here for the camera. You can really benefit from, you know, the positive vibrations.
See, I got to figure out this double, well, I can show you what I'm looking at.
Another one that's at the top of the list now, just because of the way we are today.
This is a big-ass piece of gold.
Eyes fixated on screens, especially kids with eye problems. So, you know, it's been known to really help individuals with eye problems. You know, people...
See, we have exercises for that.
On their eyes to remove the bags and stuff like that. But maybe something you could do if you are suffering from any type of eye problems is get a couple of 1/20 ounce of gold coins, 1/10 ounce, lay yourself down and put a couple of gold coins on the eyelids, you know, for a couple of minutes, and, you know, maybe that may work wonders. But it's definitely something that you can do or put out there as a man.
Djed-I. I apologize. I thought I wasn't recording. Let me start again.
Mentioned eye problems are going to only get worse. People staring at screens more and more and longer these days. I can only see something like that getting worse. So
yeah, I've been
another
noticing
problem
that
that's been known to
on
help
the screen all day.
Paralysis. Apparently, it's been linked and associated with aiding and really fixing that. Paralysis and arthritis is high on the list. So, you know, I don't know how that would really work, but it's definitely out there. And one of the
move
you know,
your shit all. I used to teach.
That's also been linked and helped is spinal problems. So a lot of people are having spinal problems today just from slouching and however their posture's all wrong. But, you know, you've got gold in your life, it can most definitely help you here. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. But I would say, you know, I'm going to channel my inner Barry White here. When you're all alone and no one's home and it's that time, and I'm sure you all know what time I'm referring to, when it's time to do you and treat yourself better than anybody else, when it's time to do you, you know, get your relaxing music on and, you know, get it out, I would advocate really getting your gold out more often and touching it. Shout out to Silver New Jack. He's always telling you to look at him. I'm saying touch it, you know, caress
that was
it,
part of the
serenade
secret
your metals,
of
you
the
know,
ancient Commission.
Gold, touch it in all the wrong places. And hey, don't worry if yours is not as big as mine. You know, we all come in different shapes and sizes. You know, work with what you've got. Be
Yeah,
loud
now
and
that's
proud.
a tiny
Right
little
now,
gold.
I can feel
You
that
might
wind
only have a
pushing
tiny
you
little
in
one.
right now. Get your metals out, get your gold out, and touch it. Touch it in all the wrong places, and let me know what it does for you. Because you know we're all about warm, positive, happy feelings running straight through us. So hey, all of it, guys. It'd be fantastic to know what you think of this video. Please do go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the rebound.
So, the first part of this video, I was supposed to join a webinar, and I missed it. So I caught the end. So I looked for another video on mnemonic gold, healing with gold, and it was kind of difficult. I know about the brother 19 Keys, and he's dealing a lot with a brother that I know from 125th Street, Red Pill, and I know his brother Blue Pill, and so I knew about gold, but like I said, what I learned about gold, we learned in the temple. So now it's 2023, and a lot of the things that I've learned were kept secret, for thousands and thousands of years. Now it's time for no more secrets. That's the problem. It's the same in Kung Fu, you understand? You get these masters, and then they be like, I can teach all the secrets. I can understand that to a sense, because now you're talking about just fucking somebody up and killing them or whatever. So them are some secrets, But what happened was, even with the health side, the masters kept the secrets to themselves, and then the people slowly over the years degenerated. And when I say degenerated, I'm basically talking about how we got to being black peoples. You understand? From gods. I know myself. I am God or goddess, or how do you come down to being a nig? You can't say that on Facebook. So now we are Negroes. So if you look at some pictures, like people in Africa, they used to talk about hip-hop when hip-hop first came out, and they held them big-ass gold. It was fake, but the idea was the same, big-ass gold chains and big-ass gold, or fake gold. But if you go to Africa, I looked at a picture of Africa with the king. The king had gold dripping, big ass, yeah, for real. But even the dudes, slaves, the dudes that was carrying the king had gold on. I'm like, what? The dudes carrying the king rich. So I just wanted to talk about gold for a little bit, because the next video that I'm about to do, or I'm setting up for now, is about black peoples becoming the bank. That's what time it is. Stop going to these people for their DOOL-AREs. I'm going to get into that in the Tao-Nomiks video. But for now, I'm out. Peace. When you get, oh, you got to find the button, man. You find where the button at. I'm not that old that I forgot where the button at. It just take me a little longer to get there.